Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we're diving into one of the most shocking and mysterious chapters in Christian history. You've probably heard of the Pope, the supreme leader of the Catholic Church. Since the beginning, there have been 267 popes, and every single one of them is documented, except for one. A pope whose existence is wrapped in mystery. A pope who, according to many, wasn't even a man. Let's uncover this chilling secret. Our story begins in medieval Europe, a time shrouded in ignorance and darkness. In the early 9th century, when King Charlemagne conquered various European tribes, he forced them to convert to Christianity. Scholars and religious teachers were sent across the continent to spread the faith. In a small German village called Ingelheim, a baby girl named Joan was born into a well-respected scholarly family. She was stunningly beautiful and frighteningly intelligent. Even though girls weren't allowed to study back then, her parents, aware of her brilliance, enrolled her in a cathedral school. By the age of 13, Joan could deliver powerful speeches in English, Italian, and German. Her beauty and intellect became the talk of the town. Around this time, Joan met a young monk from Fulda. He was charismatic, wise, and equally brilliant. They quickly fell in love, something forbidden for monks and nuns. Desperate to stay together, they ran away and Joan disguised herself as a man. They lived in secrecy for a while, but soon rumors began to spread. Fearing discovery, the couple escaped to Athens. But fate had other plans. For reasons unknown, they separated. Her lover traveled east toward Egypt, while Joan journeyed alone to Rome, the center of Christian power. Still disguised as a man, Joan entered the famous St. Martin's Monastery, where her intelligence quickly caught the eye of the most powerful men in the church. She rose through the ranks rapidly. At the time, Pope Benedict II had just passed away, and Pope Leo IV had taken over. Leo had once been Joan's mentor. He recognized her brilliance and entrusted her with high-level responsibilities. She even led Roman forces in battle once and returned victorious. Impressed by her courage and loyalty, Pope Leo made her a cardinal, one of the highest positions in the church, equal to royalty in that era. But soon after, Pope Leo died, and the church was in chaos. Every kingdom wanted the next pope to support their political interests. Fights broke out. Blood was spilled, so the church made a bold decision. They would elect someone neutral with no ties to any kingdom or party. And so the world saw the rise of a new pope, Pope John VIII. But what no one knew was Pope John was actually Joan. Yes, a woman, disguised as a man, sat on the highest religious throne in the Christian world. This was a time when women were considered less than property. And yet Joan ruled with wisdom, strength, and unmatched intelligence. She became one of the most respected popes of all time. Even kings bowed their heads before her. But no matter how powerful she became, she was still a woman, and her heart still felt. She fell in love with her personal servant, Beldolf. They began a secret relationship, hidden from the eyes of the world. But months later, Joan realized she was pregnant. Beldolf panicked and wanted to end it all, but Joan had a plan. She would claim that the baby's birth was a divine miracle, a sign from God. Meanwhile, her former lover from Fulda arrived in Rome and was stunned to see Joan, his old love, on the papal throne. He tried to warn people, tried to expose the truth, but no one believed him. And then it happened. One day, Pope Joan was leading a grand procession through the streets of Rome. Crowds gathered to watch. But suddenly she collapsed in the middle of the parade, screaming in pain. Right there, in front of the entire city, she gave birth. The truth was out. The crowd was shocked, confused, and then furious. Joan and Beldolf tried to frame it as a miracle, but it was too late. Suspicion had already turned into rage. The same crowd that once praised her now stoned her to death on the streets she once ruled. To this day, the Vatican does not officially acknowledge Pope Joan. Some claim she never existed. Others say her legacy was intentionally erased, but the whispers of a woman who rose to the top of the church and died in disgrace still echo through history. Was she real or just a legend? Tell us what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more crazy, dark historical stories like this one.